Hey folks, let's do today's CSS daily target. Ooh, a nice complicated one. All right, what do we got going on here? I think let's. No. We're gonna do blank template, and I think we're gonna have a second element. That is going to be slightly different than the first. All right, so let's do the first one. Background is this color here, and we'll do the smaller one first. Yeah, smaller one first. Okay, so there's a border, 10 pixels. Let's see. What I want to do is measure this distance, 30 to about 50, 20 pixels. So it's border of 10 pixels, 20 pixels, solid, and the dark color, clump. All right, that's step one. And like I said, we're going to do the first one first, the second one first. So margin, I'm going to not set margins on the body, and I'm going to set margins here on this first one. So, I need a height. I think it's going to be something like 60. And set margins for the first one to make that smaller internal rectangle. That's part one. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so those numbers are going to be something like 40, 40, 40. Actually, it might be just 40. And then a height of 100. Let's get rid of that background. All right. So I'm going to zero in on exactly that middle, the internal rectangle. I know I'm talking. I'm going to remove the second one just because, you know, it's easy to get confused. All right, so the margin, make it 42. And then that is not high enough. So 42, probably 62, 42. How about 50? There, that is looking, nope, 50, 70, 42 maybe. And a little taller. All right, that's our first step. The next one is going to be very similar. The margins for that one are going to be what, negative, and then slightly smaller, so 22 maybe. Minus 20. Oh, and unfortunately, it's affecting the prior one. Because I forgot to do that. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so yeah, so minus 120, minus 220, minus 240, 250. So the problem was, and I think it's probably, you might be able to see that. The problem was that I was applying that style to all the paragraph tags, and I only wanted to do it on the second one, so I'm using the adjacency selector. So P plus P is the second one. All right. So what's incorrect? I'm going to do, so I can distinguish this, I'm going to do an RGB, I'll do a white background that's a little transparent, like that, just so I can see. So the second one, that's their second one. So he's taller. Something like that. And that's kind of dead on. But what that's exposing is that I have these margins wrong. So I think it's like 62. Yeah, there we go. All right. So that's how this is the code to do a bunch of that. Okay, so let's make this a var. Var dash h or 120. And then that height is dash h. Margin, we're going to also have that be a variable, var dash m or 7062, which are the constraints that are putting that in place. this -m. And then on the second one, we are going to do, guess what? It's my favorite, the conic gradient. Conic gradient, which is going to put that square in that corner, and then we give it a size. It'll repeat very nicely. So, transparent, 75%, and then the dark color. And then we put that in the upper corner, 0, 0, and we give it a width, 100 pixels, 100 pixels. That's how you get that repeat. The @ I think is, well, let's make it bigger. And then we're going to do an @ 40 pixels, 40 pixels. Too small. 60. That looks right. So we have the repeat that we want. We just need to adjust. Well, we are adjusting the width of that to 240, and then the height 2, 3, 4, until we get those shapes. So that's 2 paragraph tags. That looks like, so these are the two things we're making that. The first one is that. The second one does that overlay. We don't need a background on the first one. Let's go ahead and submit and see if we get 100% match. I think we do. We do. I'm going to do my unit replace plugin and then minify, and that is a completion of a daily target for today, March 24th. Super fun. Many more ways to do this. Had I been more ambitious, I could have done the nested template, which is my nested template. What that does is this ampersand represents the HTML element, and then this star represents its immediate or its only descendant. Well, it's the only descendant that's going to matter to us, which is the body tag. There's also this style tag that can sometimes be a thing. I'm still working out how to do this. Most of the top players use this kind of arrangement to do their solutions, but I find using elements more useful to me logically and thinking about how they interact with each other, and that's something that I carry when I create web pages day to day. That's why this is useful to me. That's why I enjoy it, because it influences how I think about layouts and how HTML works and how CSS works. Anyway, make a web page and send it to your friend. The web is awesome. It's there for you. The world is brutal. Make a cool web page and send it to your buddy. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.